Hello! Welcome back to another video here on Spuds and Coasters, and today we're going to be going through my opinion on the most underrated roller coasters I've ridden. Now, a few things to note before we get underway. This is all off of my experience, and let's face it, everyone in the theme park community has many polarizing opinions, and I'd love to hear what your controversial opinions are, so comment them below. Anyway, let's begin. Right, so you guys seriously have to hear me out on this one. Rattlesnake at Chessington is actually a really good ride. I know you may be shocked at first, but the only complaint I see is about the brakes. But to be fair, if you sort of lean forward into the bar for the brakes, it isn't as bad. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but it works. At least for me. The drops on Rattlesnake are great as well. Also, tell me why on that first big drop there beholds the most underrated flow-to-air time in the UK. The theming is great too, it's just gorge, I love Rattlesnake. And next we have Colossus. Now, thankfully, I'm not the only YouTuber who likes this ride. I'm not going to mention names, but you know who you are. Like, if you're considering this coaster rough, chances are you've never ridden front row. Oh my god, the front row in Colossus is so good. The view, the wind, the look down the Heartline rolls, oh it's perfect. Also, this ride gets miles better at night, like seriously better. That lighting package is not messing around. I mean, sure, the legroom may be an issue with those trains, but then I remember the Guinness World Record of most people in a Mini Cooper or something, and then you think, it isn't that bad. In short, you guys need to stop shaming Colossus because it is majestic. On to my first international opinion, we have Uncharted El Enigma de Penitence. This gets hated on by majority of enthusiasts due to the lack of set, but frankly, I didn't notice it that much, and I rode this ride more than once when I was at Portaventura. The queue line is fab, it genuinely feels like a scare walkthrough, it's so ambient. The layout is excellent for an indoor coaster, and the launches feel really punchy too. Skip ahead to here if you wish to avoid spoilers. The sideways launch was not what I was expecting, and the spike, the rotation is fantastic, and the final drop feels vertical, I'm convinced it is. This ride is spectacular and should really be appreciated for what it is, and it's so sad to see people hating this yet loving other indoor coasters that have even less set. Basically, stop hating on Uncharted, it is a beautiful attraction. Now, we have our only Disney roller coaster. This is Incredicoaster at Disney's California Adventure. This is one of the best launch coasters I've ridden. I mean, people hate on this due to the lack of theming, but the whole point of this area is that it's supposed to be this sort of boardwalk. I think that when most people go to Disney, they expect Rise of the Resistance quality everywhere, but that's just not the point of this area, and the ride as a result. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people do like this ride, but then again, it still deserves more love. The layout for this ride features a 55-mile-an-hour launch and a vertical loop, so who can complain about that? I love my rides on this, especially the one I got when the sun was going down. That was fantastic. I loved Incredicoaster, and more people should appreciate it. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, consider subscribing. I cannot believe how close we are to 50 subscribers. And also, click the bell icon so you won't miss my most overrated coasters video, which will be coming out soon, right here on Spuds and Coasters. Now, my next opinion is that Journey to Atlantis at SeaWorld San Diego deserves more appreciation. Now, admittedly, I haven't done the Orlando one, as amazing as it looks. I mean, seriously, that facade is lush. This Mack water coaster has an extremely good layout, and as much as this is the only water coaster I've experienced, apart from the Strata log flume with Beyond Vertical Drop, Fairy Tale Brook everyone, this layout features mainly a large helix and a sort of big S-bend. The splash does get you reasonably wet, but when we have the Fairy Tale Brook, not even Speed at Energylandia can compete. Journey to Atlantis is very nicely presented too, with none of the buildings looking tired or wearing out when I was there. I was also caught off guard by how forceful the helix was. That ain't messing around. To put it short, Journey to Atlantis is a fantastic attraction and a great one to do if you ever go to SeaWorld San Diego. I have a lot to say about this ride. Okay, don't hate me yet, but Rita is actually one of the best coasters at Towers. This is an Intamin Accelerator coaster that opened in 2005, and this ride has one of the best launches in the UK. I make an Icon joke here, but please, a capsized canoe could probably go faster than Icon's first launch. Rita has a very low to the ground layout, which in turn actually means you get a better sense of speed than stealth. However, that is subjective. I'll be honest, it doesn't fit in with the theme style of the Dark Forest, but it doesn't automatically mean that it's a trash ride. Not pointing fingers, but cut Rita some slack. She hasn't hurt anyone important. Also, can't we just make the most of the few hydraulic launches that we have left in the world? It's simple.
Keep your station clear.
Or I will kill you.
13 also seems to be always underestimated as well. What is it with clowning on the Dark Forest, guys? Come on. 13's a great family coaster with a great layout and a drop track. Also, funnily enough, 13 this year is actually 13. If you get the chance to experience 13 in the back car, you don't actually feel the trim brake on the drop, as it's already activated before you go down it. The layout as well features lots of entertaining bank turns. The ride also has an impeccably themed station building, and the final segment of the queue line as well for that matter. It's a shame that many people seem to overlook how fantastic the pair of roller coasters in the Dark Forest actually are. And I know this is controversial, but these rides with a tiny bit of TLC or tender loving care, I can tell you that a lot more praise will be given to these two coasters. Now, to round off today's video, we have two coasters from Thorpe Park. This first one being Nemesis Inferno. Goodness gracious, this ride is fantastic. The layout, the inversions, the speed, the intensity, all of it hits harder than tomato soup on a rainy day, and I do not say that lightly. This is my second favourite roller coaster at Thorpe Park, but unfortunately, this ride is outrageously overlooked due to the association with the Nemesis franchise. In my opinion, does it really matter if it has Nemesis in the name? If the ride is good, why should a name take away from the good rest of the experience? I find it a bit silly if you ask me. The layout features 4 inversions and one of the best soundtracks at Thorpe Park. B&M inverts are among my favourite coaster models, and for good reason, as the layouts are often both entertaining and forceful. This ride often feels like the forgotten one at Thorpe Park, and it pains me that such a good ride is so overshadowed. Guys, please appreciate Nemesis Inferno more. Okay, so I saved the most controversial one for last, but you gotta hear me out, okay? So in my opinion, Walking Dead, the ride, is actually really good. The layout is so fun, and as much as I don't go out of my way to, I always seem to end up going on this ride every visit at Thorpe, and loving it each and every time. I know that the main reason people criticise this is due to what it replaced, that being X, and as much as I never rode X, it looked amazing. The indoor queue is nicely decorated for Walking Dead, the soundtrack is great, especially now they toned down that truck horn. In summary, Walking Dead is actually a surprisingly fun and entertaining ride for Thorpe Park. But there you have it, my opinion on the most underrated roller coasters I've ridden. Do you agree with some of my choices? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe as it really motivates me to keep posting. And make sure you stay posted for my most overrated coasters video coming soon. Bye bye.